Everyone, you are welcome to this edition of Retirement Clues. Retirement Clues is a program that is designed to highlight on activities that revolves around good retirement, how the opportunities that are valuable, to plan a good retirement, how those opportunities can be harnessed, and all that need to be done, for us to retire and retire well. Today we have come again with another good topic that we are going to discuss. Even before we go into the topics, we want to appreciate all those that have been, sending their comments and making inquiry since we started this program. I remain the host of this program, Mr. Chusudo Konta, the publisher of Hispen Online News Channel and promoter of this program known as Retirement Clues, which actually provides information on retirement. Today we have come, just as I said earlier, with another good topic, and we want to more or less respond to, the comments that we've seen, from our followers, and that is what we are going to focus on today. Let's see the issues that were raised by the followers, because this program is not just a program that we just talk. We feed the pulse of the public too. Then what they say, we still bring it to the front burner to discuss it. The topic we are discussing today is one of those efforts, that we have put in place to make sure that, the things we discuss, do not just come from us alone. We still want to hear from the public. That's why we always say that people should send feedbacks, through their comments, and when we get those feedbacks, the issues that are raised, we still bring them up here, for the public to understand. Today we'll be looking at a topic that says addressing the concerns of unhappy contributors and retirees. And that is addressing the concerns of unhappy contributors and retirees. This is what we want to discuss. As I said, before now, that this topic came as a result of, the feedbacks that we've gotten from the public, those that have been listening to us, those that have been watching this program, the comments and inquiries, and even the information that they have sent to us so far. That actually led to this topic, because we don't just want to respond to them as they send them like that, and it will not be proper for us to just respond to individuals. And that is why we say, let's just bring it to a larger scale like this. Let's address the concerns that they've raised. Thank you very much. Before we go, into the discussions fully, let's highlight some news items that we have. We got to know that the federal government, through its agencies, they are actually working hard to make sure that retirees, they have health insurance, as part of incentive for them. I think all the necessary, that is the agencies that are responsible for that, we got to know that they are working assiduously to ensure that all federal retirees, that they are entitled to this initiative, which is having a health insurance policy for them. That will really help, reduce the cost that they incur, in taking care of their health challenges. Is a good one. Once that comes to be, we will be very happy, that to see that that is operational. Then the second information that we want to bring as news here, has to do with the what the federal government is actually doing to. The federal government is seeking investment worth 620 billion from the pension sector. This investment, they are looking at that this investment can come through, investment windows such as infrastructural bond. And according to the federal government, if this investment comes, the money that is realized will be used, to address issues that has to do with transportation. And then this is just the news item that we have today. But still dwelling on this investment, we just want to quickly correct an impression. You know, what we want to state here is that the public should understand that there is difference between investment and loan. There is actually difference between investment and loan. This money that the federal government is seeking is an investment, and it is not a loan that they will just go and say, okay, a pension sector give us loan. No, on one of the topics we discussed, we've already highlighted it that there is no idle fund for anybody to borrow from the pension sector. All the fund that comes, they are all invested properly. And what the federal government is eyeing here is an investment, not a loan. We just want to correct it because there were some reports, that we have read that the federal government is trying to borrow 620 billion from the pension sector, and the workers and retirees are already agitating. This is not a loan. If you look at the investment guideline, their portfolio, investment portfolios that the pension fund operators have to invest the pension fund, and if such investment portfolio is approved by the regulator, for people to invest in, and I believe the money has to be channeled towards that investment portfolio. And I know that there are many investment portfolio that the federal government have been leveraging, to access investment, from the pension sector. One of them is secure, and if you even look at the larger chunk of the pension fund is actually invested in federal government securities, which includes the secure, the treasury bill, the bonds, and others, even the green bond. But the federal government is looking beyond this, and they want to look at another investment portfolio, which is the infrastructure portfolio, is as part of the approved investment portfolio that the PFAs can invest in. And the federal government is looking at, through this investment portfolio, if the PFAs will be willing to invest at least up to 620 billion, for them. And I just want to clarify this, because some people are already saying that the federal government is going to the pension sector to borrow 620 billion. No, it's not a borrow, it's not a loan, it's just an investment. Thank you very much for getting this clarification. Quickly, let's look at the topics the topic that is before us today: addressing concerns of unhappy contributors and retirees. Indeed, there are a lot of concerns, because even from our comment box, we've seen many people have said many things, especially those that within the Nigerian police. They are not happy. Some of them are not happy with this contributory pension scheme. Some of them have been saying that they want to go back to the defined benefit scheme. And because why they are actually making this call is because of what they have, in their retirement savings account at the time that they retire. They said that the thing is not actually taking care of retirees. This is a great concern, and we know that the federal government and even the pension operators are looking into this concern. And why we just decided to bring up this issue about unhappy contributors and retirees is that, cause even from our investigation we got to know that why most state governments today have not embraced the contributory pension scheme is because of agitations like this, because of information that their colleagues, all these people that are saying that they want to pull out from the contributory pension scheme, what they are saying is one of the things that is actually delaying most states, from fully embracing the contributory pension scheme, because they said when they retire, they will not have enough. It's not like the defined benefit scheme, when what they get is almost similar to what they were earning while they were working, and the federal government, we believe that the federal government, because most of the people that are agitating, the federal government workers. And when we look at the data, we observe that most of the people calling, apart from those that are in the Nigerian police, other federal government workers, they are there saying no, they want to pull out from, they should take them out from the contributory pension scheme and take them to the defined benefit. Some of them were even saying that that the contributory pension scheme is only good for those in the private sector because of their salary structure. And then we'll look at all these things, because it will not be good for us to go back to where we are coming from, because for me, I believe that the contributory pension scheme is one of those good things that democracy has actually given to Nigerian workers, because it has come to sort out the issues that we have before now. And just as we said in our last program, before the commencement of the contributory pension scheme, the pension liability was above 2 trillion naira. And then it was very difficult for government to pay people immediately as they retire. That was what led to the contributory pension scheme. Though the thing is still evolving, I think all stakeholders need to do is just to improve on it, rather than just some people are saying let's scrap it, let's go back to where we're coming from. I don't think it's a good movement that will just go forward and go back to, like those that believe in the Bible say, go back to Egypt, knowing fully where how the thing is. Because so those that are actually agitated, it's not that we are speaking for the government. If you go to most states, with the states that have not complied with the contributory pension scheme, you will see. I know of a grandmother that is still complaining for the past 4 months now. She has not been paid, and many of them for more than 1 year, 2 years, states have not paid because the fund is not there. Because we know that the defined benefit scheme is budgetarily funded, and that is why we are highlighting, with that their concern, let their concern be attended to. And how can these concerns be addressed? Those are the things that we want to look at. To address this concern, the first thing that we want to bring up here is that the government should look into, I know that they are reviewing the Pension Reform Act, they should look into the contributions presently, the contribution rate. We are advocating that the minimum 18% should be reviewed, because even as at the time, let's say 2014, that the thing was moved to 18%. You can't compare 2014 till now. Many things have changed. As at that time, inflation rate was single digits. Now we are battling with 15-16% inflation. That means what that amount can buy as at 2014 cannot, you can't dare it now. There is need for the contributory rate to be increased, so that these people will have enough fund. Like in our last program, we are even advocating that the thing should be sent to like 30%, 20% from the employer, 10% from the employee, so that this agitation, will be stemmed. When people retire, they have enough fund. I don't think they will be crying the way they are complaining today. That the issue of contributions should be attended to. And for those in the private sector, the employers must be compelled, to contribute for them. And then that is just one of the ways that we believe that this concern should be addressed. Another one is the issue of accrual rights. I thank God that the federal government is working on this now, because we learned that some money has been released to settle the pension accrual right of retirees of 2021. Though the fund we learned may not be enough, but it's a good step. The issue of accrual right, because even one of our followers still stated it there that he retired since last year. He has not started assessing his pension contribution. The issue of accrual right should be attended to, so that as people just retire, just within the next month, once they have finished all the documentation, they'll begin to access their pension benefit. Another issue that we feel that should be addressed, and I know that they are working on it now, is the issue of lump sum. The issue of lump sum should be addressed, because that is one thing that most of the retirees are still complaining of, that at least some of them are saying they need 50%, some are saying 70%. They will believe that when the people that the committee is set up to look at this, when they come up, that at least they will come up with something that is favorable, that these contributors and the retirees will be happy with. Another thing that we want to bring up here, thank God that is part of the news we reported, incentives. There should be incentives tied to the what the retirees get, like that health insurance is a good one. The government should still look at other incentives. I think like Lagos State government, they came up with an incentive giving cards to retirees, that if you are boarding federal government, that is state government vehicles, the fare you pay will be reduced. This type of incentive, federal government can still create it, to take care of retirees. Apart from the health insurance, other incentives should be put in place to encourage the retirees. That time they may not have or no, and even the people that are working, when they know that these incentives are with them, they will give their best. The last one that we want to bring up here is the issue of the economy. If all these things that we have said, if they are in place and the economy is in bad shape, the effect of all these things will not be felt. And that's why we are calling on the federal government to work hard. We know they are trying their best to work hard to ensure that the economy is stable. The issue of inflation should be attended to, because retirees are complaining that what they even get as a monthly benefit is not even enough for them to buy foodstuffs, and because the rate of things are really high. The government should work on the economy, so that the cost of things will be affordable for the retirees, and for them. Even now, the school fees are on the high side. Most of them that are retired, most of them, according to them, they can't send their children to school. All these things should be addressed. The government should look into all these things, look into the economy, because when the economy is okay, every other thing that you are putting, people will appreciate it. And we believe that when all these things, all these concerns are addressed through these solutions that we are highlighted, and we know that it's more than this, it will really go a long way to give us a better retirement. Once again, I remain your host, Mr. Chuzudo Konta. Our numbers are 08054269557 and 07033 253527. You can reach us through WhatsApp via these numbers. So, and our email address remains ispenonline@gmail.com. Thank you again for giving us your attention. By the grace of God, we still come your way tomorrow. Thank you.